Maybe. All right, we're live, everybody. Welcome to the show. Okay, question on the table. Will Brian Krishkow make it to the show?
Yeah, you'll be late.
Yeah,
Okay,
about halfway through.
But you'll make it.
Halfway through, he's going to show up just so he doesn't have to do anything.
That's a possibility.
He's just biding his time, guys.
All right, so we have...
He's just monkeying around.
We have 3 projects to go over tonight. Yay. Awesomeness. What the hell? I got some friends sending me messages that are just really weird right now. What is up with people today? This weather does weird things to people. It makes people lazy and crazy. Let me just tell you. How's the weather where you guys are at? The weather here is just like hot and sticky.
It's freaking 100 degrees outside right now where I'm at.
Rainy.
You guys are gonna hate me. Weather over here was really nice today. It was starting to get cold and starting to kind of rain a little bit this evening, but today, all in all, was gorgeous. It was like high 70s, nice little breeze.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, hey, the sky was blue for the first time here in, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks. So
that's good. That's a positive.
Is that a good thing?
Well, it's because the smoke is clearing out. I got the.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I'm in Central California. Yeah, we had gray skies for weeks.
Yeah, so I'm in Southern California, so yeah, we got that too down here.
You're in Southern California?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're actually still suffering it because you guys have a current one going on down there. That's
yeah, it's pretty gray out there right now. It looks like a big old barbecue. It never stops.
Yeah, it kind of smells like a barbecue too, but like not in a good way.
Right.
All right.
So yeah.
So I need to tell people we've started the show.
So everyone, hello, welcome to the chat. The show has started, as you can see.
Yes, we're here. We're alive.
And today our guests are Ace, Julius, and Michael Olden.
What up?
How's it going, guys?
Hello,
Yes,
everyone.
talking about the Ace project, talking about Elysian Fields, and also talking about Ghetto Dragon, which is an obvious throw to Bruce Lee. Just saying.
Yes.
That's an awesome name.
The 80s and the 80s movie The Last Dragon with Bruce Lee.
Right.
I do have to admit, sounds good. Ghetto Dragon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it.
Oh, thanks.
It looks
Yeah,
fun.
I was checking that out. I was like, oh man, there needs to be more. You know what I mean? So yeah.
There will be more.
It looks like it's going to be a fun book. And then Elysian Fields obviously has been promoting for a while. It's
that's the one that got Brad Pitt joining the crew now.
Oh yeah. We're totally doing that. I love Michael Bancroft so much. That's been a running gag for us for ages because he triggered a freaking a huge hissy fit, I guess it would be the best way to put it, of me going off on like why Troy sucks on one of these live streams. I think it was on Shay's channel. We were doing Writers Pros, and then like during the middle of my tangent, I didn't notice, but he switched his like profile picture to on the stream to Brad Pitt's Achilles from Troy, and I didn't notice it until like 3/4 of the way through the stream, and I paused, like somebody was in the middle of speaking. I was like, wait a minute, Michael Bancroft, did you put? Fuck you, man. Everyone, you just noticed that? And so like ever since then, Michael Bancroft and I, whenever we're promoting each other's stuff, we use fucking like Brad Pitt Achilles gifs and memes and everything, and it's just a constant running get. Every single time I'm on his stream, he puts on like the same 3 fucking clips of Achilles from Troy. And he's good people. I like that Michael Bancroft.
Great. Yeah, he's great.
So I take it you like Troy? That's your favorite movie?
No. In fact,
I'm just joking.
Oh man, that's a shame because we were about to watch it on the watch along tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to dedicate the whole stream to that in your honor.
Yeah.
You're going to get a
we got this all wrong.
Harry. You're gonna get a lot of angry
Okay.
commentary.
Cancel Brad Pitt. Cancel Brad Pitt, Mr. Drew.
Yeah, there
Oh,
goes
that's
our
the whole
fucking
thing is-
views. God damn it.
Hashtag cancel Brad Pitt. No, like I liked Brad Pitt. I liked how they designed his armor. I liked most of it. It was just everything after the first 20 minutes of the movie with Brad.
Everything
with
after the opening
Achilles.
credits, you know.
like they got Achilles right for like the first scene that he's in, and then when they first get to Troy, they do him perfectly, and then they make him way too nice.
Well, the thing is, there's really not much about Achilles that we know. You know what I mean? Like I actually am a student of mythology, so it's like I've read everything that I can get my hands on about the classic characters from mythology. And there's reasons why. Like I actually have been working on a project that kind of interacts with that stuff for a long time. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's something that I've been interested in a long time. So Achilles is like, you know, it's like he's just like a side story in like all of that. You know what I mean?
I don't know if because he was the protagonist of the Iliad, and then you have all like post Homerica, and so like we know that he was around like between the ages of 13 and 16 when he went to Troy, and so when he's in that formative time, and and he's being told you are the best soldier in the entire Greek army, and so he grows up to be an arrogant little shit. He's literally one of my favorite characters in literature, but he's an asshole. Literally the whole point of the Iliad is talking about look at what happens when this man throws a temper tantrum.
Yeah, he's like the central character, but the whole thing, I mean, it's almost like it's all about what's happening around him and not, you know what I mean? Not what he's doing.
It's a commentary on what the effect of the actions of Achilles. Because the whole idea is to put in perspective that Achilles' wrath is like a nuclear bomb, right?
I mean, and then obviously you got to think protagonist and antagonist, you know, as far as the writing. I mean, because I mean Hector, you know what I mean, being the antagonist in the Iliad, you know what I mean, really kind of was the victim of everything. You know what I mean? You know
I mean,
so,
yes. There's only one true villain to the Trojan War saga, and that is Paris.
Right.
Like he is the only person that is universally shit on in every book. Like,
I just like if anybody's you know like actually wondering what the hell we're talking about the Iliad by Homer, which is like one of the oldest books you can get your hands on. You know, and I actually have a copy on my bookshelf that I've read several times. So
I don't have my copies with me, but like I've got, you know, I've Iliad, post Homerica, Little Iliad, all of it. I got it. I'm a huge classics guy. Hence my book.
Well, yeah, your book looks pretty looks pretty fun. I actually am, you know, fond of Gilgamesh and that major first saga of mankind, you might say.
Yeah, no, that was the whole big thing that we really wanted to do. Is I'm not sure how many of you guys here have actually gotten a chance to check out Elysian Fields, but the whole idea is that it's a tournament book, and so every single mythology around the world has like their own god of death or god of the underworld, and so these respective deities of the dead participate in this tournament where they send in a team of champions from their respective cultures to fight on their behalf. And this goes on every 1,000 years. And the winner of this tournament becomes the next Lord of the Underworld for that duration.
That sounds dope.
It's a great
idea.
It's a fun concept. We have a really good time working on it. And so like, you know, the Zero issue, which was our last campaign, kind of, you know, we started off and brought Achilles from his last days in life to going and achieving some relative amount of peace in the underworld. And then he gets yanked from that peace and put in this tournament, which he's not all too happy about. But you know, his first fight is he's fighting Gilgamesh. He's there in an arena with Theseus, and they're fighting Gilgamesh and Enkidu from the Epic of Gilgamesh. And
wait, how do you pronounce his name? How did you pronounce it?
Enkidu.
Yeah, isn't it an Enkidu?
I'm probably Enkidu. I do like it's one of those things where it's like I do my best. I'm sure that there are going to probably be names that I fuck up immensely. And
I was just curious. I've never heard it pronounced quite that way, so I was just like, oh,
no, that was me just because I didn't have like a thing where it had like broken down how it was pronounced phonetically, and so I just kind of I read it and Enkidu, and I was like, oh, Enkidu. Yeah. But like
the reason why it sticks with me is because it's one of those names that we used to use to tease people with, like Inkadu Stinkadu. You know what I mean?
Oh God!
Tiddly winky doo.
I got the same thing too. Yeah. They said hunky doo for a second. I was like, hunky doo? Who's hunky doo?
Right.
Anyway, I see Dan Stockwell in the chat. Hey Dan, he's a big fan of Elysian Fields. It's good to get that support out there. But so he gets into the arena and he's fighting Gilgamesh, and then that's where kind of Pyramid Gambit takes off as we finish up that fight and we move forward. And their next opponent, we're going to see the entirety of Team Hades together, which is Heracles, Theseus, and Achilles. They're going up against Team Osiris, which is Imhotep. And Imhotep has never been defeated in the arena before.
This is cool. So like this is like Hanna-Barbera's like battle of like the cartoon things.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's 100%. Yeah.
What was that? What was that called? What was that called?
I know exactly what you're talking about. It was like when all the like Hanna-Barbera TV shows like came together, right. And it was like a little battle royale rumble. This is exactly the same kind of thing, except it's more organized into like a tournament bracket. So like you're gonna see all these different mythologies and lore and everything come in here.
Laugh Olympics. Laugh Olympics. That's what it was. It was Laugh. I had to Google that shit.
Yes.
Laugh Olympics.
And so like that's the whole thing that drives the book. And so Hades is trying to reclaim the throne, and he is he's made some promises to keep Achilles around, and I'll leave you guys to read the book to find out.
Aw, damn it, you're not gonna give us any spoilers?
Fuck no. Read my book, please. Bye. help us get higher numbers. And we did fund, and that was fantastic, but I want to keep it. Like, we made 8,000 on the last campaign. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to go past it. So right. I'd like to at least hit 10, which would put us above where we did. We do have a stretch goal of 20, where I will add an additional 10 pages of the to the book. As it stands right now, Pyramid Gambit is 54 pages of story. And so if we get to 20K, we will have 64.
Sweet. Yeah, pages make a difference. Personally, I don't know if I would ever be like, oh, I'm going to add pages to a story, because like I have a story arc and I'm going to make it that story arc. However, I would do something like add a little side supplement or something like that, if you know what I mean. But I actually had that. I've had that planned. I've had side supplements planned, but my campaigns haven't got to that stretch goal on any campaign.
Yeah,
so
and so like the nice thing about it is it's like when I was initially planning on doing this book, it was going to be much larger, and I was looking at doing almost like a graphic novel style for going forward. But I was like, just looking at what we made on the first book and what that would cost to do, it was like, that's not. I wouldn't be able to do that. But it was
smart,
okay.
Engaging in what you know you can manage. That's smart. I mean, that's good business sense. Let's say hi to the chat real quick. We got Kino Subway. What's up, Chris?
Hell, Chris.
What's up, man?
What's up, guy?
What's up, brother? We got Doomsday Kingdom Army in here. What's up, brother? What's going on, man?
What's up?
And we got the great and the amazing Lothar D. Welcome,
Lothar.
It is always great to see you, brother. And then who's this asshole right here? Who's this?
I don't know.
I can't stand that guy. I think you should ban him from the chat.
Dan Stockwell,
that's
what's up, man?
He's good people.
And then Gino, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We are so
Hello, Gino.
glad to see all of you. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Right
Awesome.
on, man. Right on.
Digging
All
that
right,
enthusiasm.
Yeah, enthusiasm is good. So Elysian Fields is currently at 2260, and you're 23 days. So you've only been running just a little over a week, right?
Yeah, we literally launched.
You're on your first 30,
Tuesday.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're on our first 30. I was kind of hoping that we'd have a little bit more momentum than this, but it's just time of the year and everything like that with everything going on. I'm thinking people are probably just putting aside money, so it's hard to tell whether or not we'll extend 30 days or go straight in demand. I'd like to obviously be a lot higher than this.
Well, yeah,
we went
we all will, but don't focus on that because it'll drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You really will. I mean, it's seeing 1Z, 2Z sales. What it is that people are just not aware. They just don't know. You know what I mean? There's too much noise out there in general.
Or there's a lot of campaigns, so a lot of people just wait till the last minute a lot to jump in because it's like, hey, it's like 100 and I can back like 20 in the first 3 months. So they're like,
oh, right. and absolutely. And, I saw that with, the zero issue, like we had pretty consistent sales throughout it, but like, it wasn't anything crazy. But then like the last day when we were at the last day of the 60, because my first campaign, I did the full 60. And we got to the last day, and in the last day we raised $1,200, and I was like, holy shit. It was insane. But
that's always and it's hard to gauge that stuff. It really is. I mean, some people say this is a really bad time to launch. You know what I mean? And it's possibly true because people are distracted. Everybody's saving their money for Halloween and Christmas and vacation traveling and all that kind of stuff. But the truth of the matter is, there's still a shitload of people out there that want comics. You know what I mean? And they want new comics. And they want indie comics. You know what I mean? So we just have to work harder and have to find the audience. You know what I mean? And that absolutely. I thought about waiting, but the thing is like I got lots of stuff to kick out. You know what I mean? I have to try and get stuff done. If I just sit around and don't do, I mean, I have to do minimum of 2 chapters a year minimum. I mean, and that would take 6 chapters. That would be 3 years to finish a book. You know what I mean? I really want to see if I can pull 4 chapters out next year. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know what I mean? The way things are moving right now, it just doesn't look like that. Like, I mean, I've already noticed that like trying 2 in 1 year has confused people. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're like, all okay. You just had a campaign. It's like, actually, I had a campaign a couple months ago. A few months passed now. And they're like, oh, but it's just been a few months. You know what I mean? They're like, it's like they're used to one campaign every couple of years from people, or just one a year.
And that's one of the things that I've run into is that like there have been people who are like, you just finished your book. How are you on the next one? Like that was when we were on Mandy's on Friday. She's like, this is by far one of the fastest turnarounds I've seen on just a single book, because like we wrapped up our 0 issue campaign. The campaign itself finished in early May, and I took it off in demand at the beginning of August. So we got the books out really quick, and they turned out great actually. So this is one of the holofoil 0 issues that we did, and it turned out really great.
Hold that up for a second longer so people can see it.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Very nice.
Yeah, and they turned out really good. I didn't see a reason to take a break. We made a good name for ourselves, so I wanted to take advantage of the hype while we had it, and I kept pushing forward. Because as a new person in the industry, if you allow yourself to just kind of do one and sit for too long, you'll fade. You need to keep active.
Well, I mean, that really is like the business overall. Right now, it's a little like right now we're in a place where there is no like actual business model that is true to form because we don't know what tomorrow brings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, and we're not Ethan Van Sciver, who's pretty much got a guarantee that whenever he dumps a campaign and in 2 or 3 days, he's going to have $250,000 on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it was like what, within a few hours he hit 230.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you son of a bitch.
It's absolutely disgusting. It is. But the truth, I mean, it's the truth of the matter is, the man found himself in the right place at the right time and capitalized on it. And he thought everything was going to go to shit, and it fucking turned into gold for him. You know what I mean? So, so that you can't fault anybody for that. And it's not like Cyberfrog sucks or anything. So it's, you know what I mean? That it's
a quality book. And like, I'm not mad at him. I'm just jealous that I don't have, I can't be like, yeah, I launched my campaign and I already have 200,000. So, yeah.
Speaking of Ethan, Sim, I noticed Ethan tweeted out NatVerse today. Did you get any spike in sales?
Not yet, no.
Well, he did. I saw they tweeted it out. So
yeah, I saw you tweeted it up. I didn't get a spike in sales. It's really cool. Like I sent him a message asking if he could retweet it, and he did.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, Fraga did too. That was really cool.
Yeah, I did. Fraga did the same thing, and I sent the same message to our Tiber, and he sent me asked me to go if I would go on the show.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I gotta hit him. Saying, don't worry, like reach out. No, don't be afraid to reach out. Sometimes they just don't see your messages and stuff like that. It just happens. It gets crazy in there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like, I've hung out with Art Tiber before. I was on Vinny Tartamella's show a while back when we were doing the Zero issue, and that gave us a pretty big bump. Vinny's a good dude.
Yep.
And it's just at this point, it's all about just honestly just keep pushing.
Yeah, it really is. I mean,
your business plan cannot be getting the attention of the big guys. So and your focus has to be on creating your own, and that's how you end up getting the attention of the others. But the main idea is you keep your eyes on your prize and keep treating your customers very well, and you go for them.
Absolutely.
Let's see. That was coming up really blurry. I'm trying to fix it.
It's like the old saying: when you're reaching out for the moon, don't get distracted by the stars.
Oh man, what? That is coming up super blurry.
Yeah, StreamYard has been guilty of this very recently. They have been very, very good at not pulling a full signal. I mean, it's a little unreliable. I understand that other people are using StreamYard too, but guess what? I'm paying to use StreamYard. You know what I mean?
That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
If you're paying for a product,
I'd like to have it a little bit more reliable. You know what I mean? If I'm paying for it,
Of course.
So
yeah.
You're having issues with it?
No, it's just that they I think their servers are overwhelmed. I think that they have not given themselves enough bandwidth and server space for as many people are actually broadcasting. You know what I mean? Like I think the pandemic just hit them before. I mean, because everybody started doing it. You know what I mean? Because before the pandemic, it was only pretty much just a small group of streamers. You know what I mean? And then when everybody's released from their houses, and in another year from now, it'll go back to that. You know what I mean? There'll still be a few people that stayed streaming, but most people will just go back to doing whatever it is they were doing before. You know what I mean? But when you have, but when people are like, having to spend all day long and they can't leave, they can't go to the bar, they can't, you know what I mean? It's like, and they don't want to sit with their family. You know what I mean? It's like, they got to find something to do.
Absolutely.
So let's hear more about Elysian Fields.
Yeah.
So tell us about
So
tell us the elevator pitch. Tell us everything that we haven't heard yet.
1 second. Sorry, I had something come up here.
Shut the porn down and get focused. Chop chop.
No, this is a legit, like, I got a message from someone that it is a personal thing, and I want to make sure.
Like I said, man, shut the porn down.
Yes, we got it shut down. Okay. So as I said, I kind of went through the elevator pitch already. We're in this abyssal tournament of champ, is what it's called, and Team Hades has to come together here, and they fight in their first round of the tournament. And so we start this first round against Imhotep, who's the champion of Osiris. And Imhotep's never been defeated before because he effectively just traps people in a pyramid. And we don't know anything outside of that because when the pyramid fades away, the opponents are dead. So they have to go through the pyramid, and the pyramid presents its own trials and everything that they have to. Pops is saying push-ups. Pops, I did those push-ups. The videos wouldn't load to Facebook. However, I am doing a modified version of the push-up challenge that I will get to here in a second. So the story behind this was while I was towards the end of the Zero issue, I got nominated to do the 22 push-up challenge for veteran suicide awareness. And so I was going strong on it. And then my phone at the time I had this iPhone 7 Plus, and I was having all these issues with it. I would do my push-ups every day, and I would upload it to Facebook, and it just wouldn't load up. And it wouldn't load. And so it was like a whole thing where, like, I'm not screwing with this. But we do have a support our troops tier here. That's a very big part of this campaign.
Yeah, no, I like that. You're using a different company that most people use when they do that. What's the company you're using?
So everyone uses the Wounded Warrior Project. But like there had been, like, I remember there had been a whole bunch of issues with them a few years ago, and it was one of those things that everyone uses Wounded Warrior, and B, I didn't want to have, like, the worst case scenario happen where something went wrong with them again, and my company had anything to do with that. So my dad is Special Forces, and he runs an SF chapter, and so I was reaching out to him, and I was like, hey, are there organizations that you guys work with that would be good for this? And he, like, without a hesitation, went Special Forces Charitable Trust. And so I reached out to them about a month and a half ago, and I told them what I was looking to do. They were all down for it, and they've been super supportive, and they're trying to push us across their social media platforms as well. So every single Support Our Troops package, $10 of that purchase goes to the Special Forces Charitable Trust. And so if you do, like, the whole enchilada, that collects the 3 main covers, and it gets the Support Our Troops package, $10 of that Special Forces Charitable Trust.
So you're giving money, not books. So you're not, like, having them buy books and you're shipping books out. You're just donating the money.
No, we're donating the money. I do also have a thing where, like, we take, like, 20, 25 books, and we go to the Special Force. We go to the Warrior Clinic at Walter Reed, and we donate the books there as well. I did that on the Zero issue. I plan on doing that again here. And then we have Justin Hunt did a pinup for that Support Our Troops perk, and the original art of that tier was he's giving to us to put up here for sale, and the entire point of sale I'm donating as well.
I've never heard of the Special Forces Charitable Trust. I just brought it up. It's actually very, very, very cool.
Yep.
This seems like an excellent charity.
And the big thing that really drew it to me when my dad was talking about it, and I talked about this a bit on Mandy's show, So if you guys were there, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but this is something that really resonated with me. Is, you know,
As long
we
as you
talk
don't
all the
skip,
time
as long as you don't skip, we'll be fine.
Yeah, fair enough. So one of the big things that really drew me was we talk all this time about support our troops, and yes, it's important. But the big thing that the Special Forces Charitable Trust does is it also raises stuff for their families. You know, the families put so much on the line as well. They knowingly, you know, allow their husbands, wives, mothers, fathers go off to do this very dangerous job in the service of them and their country, their community, with the chance that they might not make it home. And so the Special Forces Charitable Trust does stuff for widows. It does stuff for kids, scholarship programs, relief programs.
Let's emphasize that point. They're special forces. They have the highest odds of not making it home.
Yeah.
Out of everybody
Exactly.
and everybody out there who's fighting for our country, fighting for our lives out there, special forces have the highest odds of not making it home.
Exactly. And so that was a huge draw for me, was the fact that they're so dedicated to not just the soldiers of that community, not just the veterans, but the people that those veterans put everything on the line for. And that's what really hit home for me. You know, I wasn't SF or anything. I was just a standard grunt, but I did my time in 6 years in the Army National Guard. And, you know, you still lose people and you still see, you know, their families, and it's a hard thing to not be able to do much for them. So this is my way of kind of giving back and trying to help out where I can.
That's awesome, man. That is really awesome. That's seriously noble.
Awesome.
So the artwork looks really good. I'm fucking digging it.
Marcelo does a bang up job, and then that fucking cover, man. I reached out. This was like a dream come true for me, because I remember hearing about Kevin Sharp and Alonzo for the first time. I was watching one of your boy Zach's videos, and somebody recommended, it's like, dude, you need to go check out the Dragon Guard. And so he pulled up the campaign, and it looked fucking awesome. And so at the time, we were finishing up on the 0 issue, and I was getting things planned for the next book, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it, let's see how much, like, tentatively, how much this would cost me. And so I reached out to Kevin, and I asked him what his rates were, and I was like, oh, I can afford that. Yeah, let's do that. And then we got this fucking phenomenal cover out of it. So it's that's absolutely fantastic. And then I did this one.
You don't have to say it like you're disappointed. It's nice.
Like it looks good. It's one of those things where, like, I feel like those of us who draw and everything, we're our own worst critic. And like, I initially wasn't even planning on putting this one up here, but I had sent, I was like, you know, I was happy enough with it. I'd sent it around to a few people, and Luke Aglietta was like, dude, make this a creator cover. People like that shit. And I just went, do you think that it's really good enough for this? Like, yeah, I'd pay money for that. And sure enough, there are actually a few people that have bought it. So,
but question is, did he buy it? Did he buy it? That's the question.
He hasn't backed yet. He's usually Luke usually waits towards the tail end of a campaign before he gets in.
I'm just saying, if he's gonna talk shit, he should back it up immediately.
But then this cover, Scott Rosema is a very talented man, and I knew that I kind of wanted to do, since we weren't going to be able to do a holofoil on a trade paper, I wanted there to be a kind of collector item on this book, the same way that we made that special experience for the readers with the 0 issue. And so what had happened, if I can talk. So I decided I wanted to do a hardcover deluxe edition that collects the 0 issue and Pyramid Gambit. And then we would have an extensive art gallery that would go through like all of Marcelo's concepts, the main covers of the book, and everything like that. And so I met Scott on a stream, and he was a fun dude, and he was really excited about Elysian Fields. So I hit him up, and I was like, would you be interested in doing this for our hardcover deluxe edition? He was all on board, and we immediately started workshopping the cover and everything. And it's really funny seeing my like really terrible initial mock-up that I did. That was literally just me scribbling on a sheet of paper, and then him taking that and turning it into this, which was a obviously very drastic improvement, but even like it improved on the original concept by having, initially I had kind of the arena in the background, but what he did to tie Team Hades together is that purple silhouette is actually our version of Hades. And so
where's the Brad Pitt cover?
No Brad Pitt cover. And this is actually the support our troops.
That's not steam coming out of your ears, is it? Just checking.
No, it's all good. Only love for Brad Pitt. We want him to come on to Bancroft's show and endorse our books. So this one was the Ted Lehman support our troops cover.
Nice.
And so
Very nice.
so Ted did a fantastic job on this, and then the finish will be colored by Farah Nurmaliza. She's not going to be able to get started on that till November because she's pretty backed up with everything she's got going on. And she's got a lot on her plate because she does colors, I feel, for everyone now after they saw her work on things like Peregrine Wings of the Falcon and what have you.
Wait, so like over here, this looks like a tent flap or something, a flag, but this kind of like an elephant trunk. So which is it?
So no, this is kind of like an electrical wire. So they're in like a
so those are wires. It just
yeah,
kind of looks like that. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, it's a falling apart building. You got some insurgents that you can kind of see in that top left corner. And so like the idea is you've got this medic who's pulling off a wounded soldier from the line, and he has this smoke grenade that's giving him concealment, and out of the smoke pops up an ethereal version of our Achilles from Elysian Fields, and he's blocking he's blocking them from the hail of bullets with his shield, and he's pointing them to the direction of safety with his spear.
That's really good, man. I like that.
It is.
Awesome
Like,
image.
Yeah, can't wait to see the finished piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that Justin Hunt pinup. That one will be colored by Alonso Espinoza, because he did a fantastic job on that dragon on the Dragon Guard cover. And it was really funny because when Justin gave me my first sneak peek of this, he gave me a sneak peek of the Saw Gunner, and he was like, "Hey, look at that headband. That guy look familiar?" And the motherfucker put me in the drawing. He got a hold of like an old picture of me when I was in service and put me in. And then next to me is Justin from his time in, and then the back there is a guy that he lost overseas when he was deployed, because he was in there during like the first big initial push into everything. And yeah.
That's very cool. Liberty Entertainment Distribution.
Yes. And so this was Varian Grant of Indie Volt launched his own distribution company for retailers. And so for our retailer perk, we partnered with them. He has a special mailer used for shipping high quantity books. Every single one of those books is bagged and boarded with a special board for Liberty. And the boxes themselves are like perfect dimensions to carry up. Like the small boxes, I think, can carry up to like 10, 15 books, and they all get encased in bubble wrap. It's phenomenal. And so I wanted to do the dream is obviously getting our books in stores, getting it to readers everywhere. And so I wanted to make sure that for every store that backed Elysian Fields, they had a guarantee to not only get my books, but to get them safely and in good condition. And Varian is very dedicated to that mission. And yeah, it's great working with them.
Fantastic. And then let's see here. What's the war cry art?
So that is the name of the working title that we came up with for Justin Hunt's pinup was Warcry.
Okay.
And because initially the idea is that all the soldiers were going to kind of be like bursting through like a building, screaming, and then like above them we'd see kind of like the ethereal Team Hades, and they're kind of like smiling down because like the whole big thing when you look at these classical stories from like Homeric literature is the war cry is like your thing of victory, right?
Yeah.
And so I'll probably end up changing that to just Justin Hunt original art now that I actually have the pinup. But at the time I didn't have that, so it was just that was what it was. But his original art will be for sale. And as I said, that entire every single perk tier that has that SFCT logo on it is getting funds donated to them.
So this is the one that's the original art.
Yes,
here.
That is what is for purchase. And so if you back the support our troops package, or if you back anything with that logo on it, in the first 30 days, you are going to get a signed copy of that of the finished pinup that'll be signed and numbered by Justin Hunt.
Excellent.
As
Right now,
part of it.
this one's the Scott Rosema. Is that how you pronounce his name? Rosema or Rosema?
Yep. Scott Rosema, and that is his original art. Yep. Okay. And so that was that hardcover one. That's the pencils of that.
Right. And then that's just so everybody's aware that's
this one.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then you have the Kevin Sharp original art, and that's
that one right there. You just passed it.
This one.
Yes.
Because this one's you.
Yes, that one's me. No, I don't because that one I gifted to a friend that helped with the distribution of the Zero issue.
Okay.
He came over and helped box and everything and helped get everything to the post office. And so I was like, you know what, man, here, have it.
Very cool.
So
it's always great when someone appreciates that kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
All right. And then you got this original art here.
Yeah, by Joe Tolliver. So one of the finished product is not up there yet because literally in about 10 minutes I have to hop off here actually because I need to go on because we're doing the reveal of that. So for those of you guys that jumped
let's finish running through your perks. Yeah, let's rest of your perks. So yeah. So this piece here
is a pinup that everyone that signed up for the mailing list in pre-launch is getting for free. It will be available as an add-on after we do the reveal.
Excellent. Now the retailer perk is 80, and so for you retailers out there, $80. It's a deal. It's a steal. Hardcover
you get
collector edition.
Yeah. Yep, and that's that Scott Rosema one that you have. You know, the 54 pages from Pyramid Gambit, 24 from the Zero issue, and then art gallery. You name it. Like
with that cover. Yeah.
Yes, and it'll be a hardcover book, and we have a limited print of. We'll be doing a limited.
This
print
is the support our troops package that you talked about before.
Yes.
And then this is the creator cover, which is from you. And look, you got 3 claimed. How awesome!
Yes.
You need to do an announcement to pushing the creator cover artwork. You know what I mean through your updates to see if you can push a couple more of those. The Dragon Guard, that's cool. That's the variant there. Obviously, we know which one that cover is. It's where'd it go?
You just passed. Scroll down a little bit more.
There it is. There
you go.
There. All right. There's a lot of stuff on there to scroll through. All right, then the Pyramid Gambit main cover, which is this one right here.
Yep, and that's the one done by our artist.
And then we have a few. Foil. Yeah, leftovers.
Yep, we
have the hollow foil.
We have 26 left, and all of those will be signed and will come with the pinup that came with the first book.
Excellent. And then the whole enchilada get all the goodies for $120. Excellent.
Yeah, it was.
All right, now,
it's to clarify.
I'm not trying to rut you short. I just want to make sure we get the important points before you got to hop out. So.
Yeah, of course. And so I do want to clarify on that for the whole enchilada. Once again, you get the 3 main covers of Pyramid Gambit and the Support Our Troops package, and all of like our stretch goal stuff. So like obviously the book's all been funded, so every book is going to be signed by me. And then the next thing is at 5K, we get like trading cards and stuff like that. So like as you build more, that's going to get more shit in it. So yeah, 120 Excellent. Gets you a lot of stuff.
Excellent. Now, what were you saying about mailing list for the show you're about to get on?
So we're about to go reveal the finished pinup. When we were doing pre-launch, we were trying to get as many people in on the mailing list as possible. We got to around 130, and so those 130 people are getting when they purchase a physical tier of this book, are getting a complimentary pinup done by Joe Tolliver. And Joe did a fantastic job. His original art's already up there for sale, but we are going to be doing the finished product reveal here in about 5 to 10 minutes up on Comics Cast. So please join. I'm about to hop off here, and if you want, join me over there and watch.
You're stealing my audience. You're gonna steal my audience.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm just trying to promote. I wish I could stick around for longer. It's great getting to meet you guys and getting to hang out.
It's cool, man. You warned me way ahead of time that you had to hop out. That's why I wanted to make sure that we got you covered. So, all right, yeah. We know you got to go. Everybody, check out Elysian Fields. Back that. Let's put the link in the chat. Let's get that in there.
And also, I want to say congratulations on raising 2,000 in 1 week. That's still pretty impressive, even though that's not the number you ideally want. But
I really appreciate it. Like like we are doing better than we were on the zero issue. As I said, we're all very critical of ourselves. So I set my bar for how I wanted things to perform, probably higher than realistically it should have been. But I'm constantly trying to set for like the best that I feel like it can be. And but it is, I don't want that to seem like I'm ungrateful at all. It's so phenomenal to get to this level. I think it was like almost 15-20 days before we hit 2K on the zero issue. So this has just been outstanding. So thank you guys for all the support that are out there. And I hope for those of you who haven't backed it yet, we see you.
By the way, it went up. You went up.
Woo! Fantastic. That's what we like to see.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much. Catch me up on Comics Cast. I'll see you guys here in a bit.
See you, man. Take care.
Take it easy, man.
All righty. Who wants to go next? I'm ready to jump at once now.
I'll go next if that.
All righty. Well, let's bring up your campaign here. It's just a mailing list at this point, but that's good. Let's see here. I bookmarked it on my other computer, but you gave me a link. So where's that?
I also at some point I could share my screen, and I have the a 15-page preview PDF. You could show the viewers.
All right. Well, why don't we watch the video on this real fast, and then we will do the 15-page preview. Did I sign up for this before I switch it over? I want to make sure I get my email in there for you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, there. There's so many freaking campaigns. You don't understand. The last year, in the time of 1 year, in the cycle of 1 fucking year, it went from like maybe 4 community campaigns at one time to fucking like 20. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting. There's no way I can back that many fucking books. Not at this price point.
Nope.
There's just no way. I can do 20 fucking $5 books, but I can't do $25 books. There's no fucking way.
Seriously.
All right. So, I mean, seriously, you guys don't understand. I've spent over $2,500 in the last year just on fucking comic books, just on indie fucking comics. I've bought 78. Actually, I've bought 80 because 2 of the ones that I bought off of a different account because I have, depending on which computer I'm on, there's like a credit card linked to an Indiegogo account, and you know what I mean. So I have one that I like try to back everything from, and then there's like I got like Sunsworn and Grim Reaper 1 off of another one. So I got to remember, like, whenever I throw a number around, I got to add 2. So it's like 80 fucking books I've 80 campaigns that I fucking backed. It's
That's
just
insane. Damn.
You know what? There's people that have done a lot more, but I mean, we're talking about just in a year. And like, okay, so if you do the math, right, the average campaign is $35, right? Some a little bit more, some a little bit less, but 35 is the average, right? So if you take 80 and you times that by 35, your answer is 2,800. 2,800 fucking dollars on campaigns. I mean, that makes me feel stupid to some degree because it's like I don't have, like it's like if I went to the LCS and I spent 2,800 books, I'd be like their customer of the year. You know what I mean? It's like,
but it does depend. Like, how much did you normally spend a month?
Nothing like that. No, maybe
Really?
maybe 50. Maybe at the
No,
LCS.
because that was a point.
50.
I used to spend like 50 a week.
Yeah,
probably at the most where I was collecting in the early 2000s, probably mid 2000s. I was doing close to 50 a week. For a couple
when
years.
I was actually collecting before, comic books were $1.50, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here. I started collecting around that time too when they were $1.50. Yeah.
Yeah, man, 90s are great,
Crazy.
but back, I think mid 2000s was 225, 250 around each. If that's if it wasn't a crossover or a big event, then you're talking about 3, 4.
Yeah.
So
now I collect the books that I collect now are from creators that I know. You know what I mean? It's like I know you now. I want to collect your book. You know what I mean? It's or if it's just a story I have to have. I'll still go and get stuff that story I'll have to have from people I don't know. But for the most part, it's backing books from people I know, because then I can, as they succeed, the book is more valuable to me, not because I'm going to sell it and make money on it or something like that, but because I can watch my friends succeed, and then I got their book and be like, "Look, I got your book, dude." You know what I mean? You remember when? You know what I mean? So it's like I'll be able to hold up Blood Hunt to Sim in 10 years from now when he releases the second one, and I'll be like, "Oh."
10 years, man. 10 years I've been waiting for the sequel.
10 fucking years, man.
It's gonna be 20, because I don't believe into jumping so much ahead in time. So the second volume of Blood Hunt is in 2 years. It's a 2-year jump, so I'm not doing it before 2 years. And the other one, it's 100 years in the future. So I'm not,
You see him? He's just gonna make us wait forever. Fucking dick.
Maybe like Stanley Kubrick of comics. Make us wait 10 years for a new movie.
I'll make the third one, and I'll put it on a time lock box.
Oh shit!
To be released.
he'll give us the fucking people fucking break that shit. He'll be breaking the time lock. Man. All right. So let's watch this video real fast and let everybody see what this is about. Is there music? Did I not click the checkbox?
It starts in a little bit.
Okay. So you're launching next month?
Yeah, hopefully by mid or late October. I'm pushing for mid October for the sooner the better before the Christmas season comes into play. And
Yeah.
I'm able to get things rolling. Hopefully, the goal is to deliver books by January or February of next year. So very
It looks
soon.
like you have it mostly done. So
Book one is completely done. The only thing I have left is I think I have about 7 or 8 pages left to color. I tend to letter my own books, so I letter them once the penciler gives me the pages. So that way, when I get the color pages, I could just copy and paste the bubbles to the color pages, and I'm good to go. So the book is lettered. I'm just waiting for the colorist to finish up the colors for the rest of the book. So yeah, book one
excellent.
is complete, and I'm hoping that that I'm able to provide a bit more than what I'm offering, because at the moment it's going to be like a store of some kind, so like an online store to buy the book. So even like say for instance, I launched the campaign and I only get 4 backers, just for whatever reason. Those 4 backers will still get their books, because the prices of the tiers will essentially pay for the copy of the book.
Then make sure you don't do fixed goal. Make sure you do flexible goals, so you don't have
Yeah,
to
no,
give
I
the money
plan.
back. Yeah.
I learned the first time. I launched it. I launched this campaign back in February, but I wanted to release the entire complete series, and it was my first campaign. And then a bunch of people on Twitter were telling me, "Hey, man, you're asking for too much for your first campaign. A lot of people have been burned in the past with other creators who launched, and the biggest example that they gave me was the what was it, the Red Rooster campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who just took money and released it on
190
Walmart.
$192,000 campaign, and
That was
he's
insane.
putting the books in Walmart instead.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe you did that.
Your
Damn, so crazy.
detective dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was another one that they told me
Yeah.
about. So they
Critias.
said
Yeah.
they told me that, hey, a lot of people have been burned, so you're asking for a bit much for a first campaign. So maybe you could, if you have half the book done, you could split it to 2, and that's what I did. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'll just split
But
into 2
you
and
could do
release
you
it
could
in 2
do also
campaigns.
like our friend Beacon did for his campaign 7 Legion, right? You break it down like in 2 or 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you start with the first volume, and if you pass let's say 6K, then you go unlocking volume 2.
Oh
Then
yeah,
then
there
you
you
go
go.
like if we reach 15K, I'll unlock number 3, and it's a one big issue now. Thank you.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, but the problem with that is that book 2 is still in the process of being produced, and the
Mhm.
artist involved, the artist's name is Alan Fletcher. He's from Sweden, and he's right now back at school. So he emailed me saying, "Hey, I can't deliver the pages as fast as I was before.
Mhm.
So there's going to be a long period where I'm only going to deliver 1 page, maybe once a month or one every two
Ouch.
months." So,
Yikes. Yeah.
so
Well,
it worked out in a way, because I told him, okay, well, I could focus on book 1, and then when you're done with school, hopefully you'll be able to get back to it, and then I could
that's
finish
actually
book 2.
smart, because focusing on book one is a good way to get people into the property. I focused on. I
Right.
mean, even though I launched the first of my campaigns October 1st last year, so it hasn't even been a whole year, almost a couple days.
Oh, it's almost a year.
It'll be a whole year since I launched my first campaign. Um, and that was like a heavy lift, and it was scary. It was, this
Yeah.
time of year, obviously, which is frightening. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Absolutely.
But I kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and that campaign is now over $10,000.
Right. And you
So
draw your own books too? You're not.
no, I
You're
do not draw my
okay.
books. I hire an illustrator. And my books are all finished before I start my campaign.
There you go.
So
Yeah, that was my mistake when I launched it back in February. Was that I didn't have a finished product. That was the
well,
problem.
you know what? In all reality, doesn't make it shouldn't be the case. I
It
mean,
shouldn't be a
there are a lot of,
problem. That's why it's
yeah.
supposed to be crowdfunding. You're supposed to, have part of it done. Like be at least half the way through it. Like like you're in the process and you need you need backers to have finish it or get it done. Like some
Okay.
people sometimes have the entire book drawn but no colors and
the,
they
the
need the
problem
money.
the problem with crowdfunding now is there's too many people doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the audience is tainted because of internal strife and drama. You know what I mean? Like people not getting along and people taking sides, because in all reality, in the in a crowdfunding community, when you're doing it the way that we do it, you know what I mean, where you have to introduce yourself and you have to talk about the books and people have to endorse the books and people have to promote the books, right? That thing, it becomes a small cult of personality. You know what I mean? People are backing the book because of you, not necessarily because of the book, right? So so like there's a lot of people out there who just have to put out a book that doesn't look like garbage and they'll make a bunch of money on it. You know what I mean? And it really doesn't sing to their talent. Just so we're clear, that's the downside to it. It's like, oh yeah, you made all this money, you're doing great, this is fantastic. But it doesn't say that you're talented, because these are your fans that you could wrap a turd in a fucking piece of cellophane and sign it, and probably half of your fan base is going to buy it. You know what I mean? So the people who are not super popular, not well known, for people to buy our books, it means more because they believe in us, but they also think our books are good. They think, and when people read the book and they say it's good, and then it increases sales, that's all important. It's just a funny market. The problem is that whole cult of personality aspect of it taints everything. You know what I mean? It's not like a comic book store. In a comic book store, people buy books. Very few, like I would say 10% of people that go into a comic book store know who they are on the name. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows Stan Lee, of course. Everybody knows Jim Lee. You know what I mean? Everybody knows Kirby. Those names are like from forever. You know what I mean? So they've been around forever. But like there's a lot of freaking names out there that nobody knew. Like people don't know who Mike Barron is. You know what I mean? But he's done a whole lot. A lot of people don't know who Art T. Bear is, and he's been on a lot of books. You know what I mean? But the thing is that the people that do know, will like, oh, this is cool, but they're still going to pick it up in the local LCS and look at it, even if it's by somebody they know. They're not necessarily going to buy it unless they approve of what they see and hold in their hand. You know what I mean?
We're not dealing with just comic book fans. That's the point of it.
Right.
Comic book fans will know all those people. Like, we all knew Art Tibert, right? And we all knew who Mike Barron was. But we're not just dealing with comic book fans. We're actually dealing with other
well, and not all comic book consumers are hardcore comic book enthusiasts. You know what I mean? They may be looking for a good story, they may enjoy a good story, they may be in love with a certain character, they may be looking for something. You know what I mean? They may be they like comic book medium and they're trying to find something new. There's a whole lot of different it's like one of the biggest research things I did before I started my writing and figuring out what kind of book I wanted to put together. Like, I knew what I was going to do. Like, I knew I was going to do the first book, because I had Captain Love was first written as a movie, and I was doing the graphic novel, the first one, as a backstory to the movie. So I knew what I was doing. So the question is I had to figure out, what did the audience want? Like, how was I going to present it? What did the audience need? You know what I mean? That I was trying to present it to. So I did a lot of research in comic book stores, talked to a lot of hardcore fans, you know what I mean? Got into everybody's head. You know what I mean? Right. And I prepared a book for the LCSs. And then I couldn't get it into the LCSs like I wanted to, because I couldn't get enough printed. I couldn't get enough money. I had somebody promise to invest the money that I needed to print and market and distribute. But that guy fell through. And then my first crowdfunding campaign never got there. You know what I mean? So I just been pushing through this way. Conventions became my second game plan, and then the pandemic fucked me in the ass on that. You know what I mean? So like, I'm excited that conventions are coming back now. Hopefully we won't have another fucking secondary fucking huge pandemic nightmare, and we'll actually get to have conventions, because I need to meet the people. I need to get the books in front of people. This online thing is very limited. You know what I mean? There's too many people doing it now. Again, just like before, a year ago, there was there was maybe one or two shows a night. Now there's 10 to 15 shows a night. Everybody and their fucking brother streams at the same goddamn time.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, for sure. I was in the same process too. Growing up, I started reading comics when I was about 13 years old, and right at the beginning, I was just buying books based on characters I knew: Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. And as I got older and I started getting tired of the same old, I guess, the same old repeated stories, then I started expanding out to the indie stuff, Image comics like The Pit, Spawn.
I don't
all the
really
Image
consider
books.
I don't really consider Image indie because they
Well,
are a
in the
big
beginning,
publishing company. Yeah.
in the
They
beginning,
were
they
back
were
then.
still indie, yeah. But now,
Yeah.
yeah, now I agree with you. Now they're a big. I consider them part of the big three now, as opposed to the big two. Now they're the big three. But now that I'm older, I'm almost hitting 40. I'm the same way. I'm looking for indie books that are unique and not mainstream as much, or have mainstream qualities to them, but they're not getting the same amount of love that, say, a Marvel or DC or Image book would get when they get announced
But
and released.
it's the same problem that happened with movies and video games, right? In the 80s and 90s, they were all in experimental mode because everything that made a lot of money back then, like the first big hits like Star Wars, Alien, and stuff like that, they came out of the experimental zone. Same thing with comics, right?
Yeah, yeah, right,
So
right.
we got to a point where they, all those big corporations, they wanted to stay with the safe investment. It's like what they call the blockbuster effect in movies. So all the movies became like we're afraid of losing money because for so long they wasted so goddamn much money making a lot of stupid shit just trying to do fillers to have you in the seats every day to do all type of movie that you got flustered. Then you're like, okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go see that movie. You used to go, oh, new movie from that guy, I'll go see it. Now it's like, is it gonna be good? You're gonna need that. You're gonna need a review. You're gonna need 2 reviews. You're gonna need 3 reviews. And it's the same thing that happened everywhere. Then they turn into the recipe, the cookie cut, thing, where it's like let's the blockbuster thing. So everything becomes meh and the same. Same thing happened in video games. You had Grand Theft Auto, everything was a Grand Theft Auto. You had Minecraft, everything was a sandbox, right? And they overflow the market with this copies of the same thing, all that because they're afraid of investing in something that might be different now. They're afraid of investing on something new, so they reinvent the old. But by reinventing the old DC, they're also signing off all the copyrights that they owe the families. That's why they changed those characters. That's the real plan behind all of this.
Yeah, those existing properties, the reason why they keep rehashing that shit is because it's got an existing audience and they feel as though
Exactly.
they feel as though they can, like it doesn't always work. And sometimes it does. Like for instance, the Joker movie is a great example of it working. You know what I mean? Where like Warner Brothers owns the Joker, name, the Joker imagery, the Joker concept. You know what I mean? The whole Gotham Joker, they own it. You know what I mean? So like if somebody wanted to do it, they'd have to, get licensing rights and all that stuff through Warner. Well, since Warner already owned it, right? They came to them with this movie about, this pitch. Again, the script wasn't written. It was just an outline, a pitch of, this guy slowly slipping into madness and becoming a serial killer. And they're like, okay, well, this is cool. Can you make him the Joker?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it worked.
And in that case, it worked. In most cases, it doesn't. You know what I mean? But in that case, it worked. By the way, everybody, welcome Church. He just popped in.
Church of Failure. What's up?
Hello, brothers.
What's going on, man?
How's it going?
Good.
All right. So, did you want to share your screen and show some artwork? We're gonna have to get to Ace pretty soon here in a bit too. So. Is this second video
The
different than the other
discussion
one?
Oh, go ahead.
Is this video different?
No, it's it's different. It's a pre-launch commercial that I.
No, it's a mirror, dog.
Or is it? I'm just wondering if it's worth playing as opposed to the other one. That's all.
It has a bit more information on the story, and it's just my take of the old '90s trailer where the guy's talking in the background and explaining the story. That kind
All
of
right. Well,
thing.
let's give it a look before we jump to your
go for
screen.
it.
In a world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome to the pre-launch of the Ghetto Dragon, Book 1, No Good Deed, a 60-plus page story about a young man named Matt Guerra, who saves an underage girl from being kidnapped by a heartless, gruesome gang named Los Valientes, who will stop at nothing to protect their street cred. Follow Matt as he pays the consequences of his good deed with his fists, causing Los Valientes to turn their sights on his family. Does our hero back down, or does he stand his ground? Join us in this martial arts adventure that involves action, drama, a little romance, and tragedy. Follow Julius Freeman on Twitter and Facebook for the latest updates. Also, check out his YouTube channel and subscribe, where you can join him in exploring the rich history behind the creation of the Ghetto Dragon. Sign up to the pre-launch today, where you will have first dibs of receiving your book. Help make it happen for the Ghetto Dragon. Book 1, No Good Deed. You won't regret it.
There you have it.
Now, with a name like Ghetto Dragon, I've got to know.
Yep.
And the only question that really matters is, at a certain point in your book, does the protagonist and the main antagonist acquire a glow?
You know, in the process of writing the story, I actually flirted with the idea, but I decided against it. But I did flirt with the
That was a
idea.
bad decision.
Yes, make it a
That's
stretch
a
goal.
bad decision. They should have a glow.
If the people demand it, I'll do it.
Stretch goal. A
The
stretch
church
glow.
demands it, goddamn.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
Oh.
seriously did consider it. I was like, you know what? It'd be cool if you get a glow. And nice little homage to that 80s movie, that one of my favorite, movies growing up. And so I'm still, I don't know, book 2 is still in the process, so I can.
I'm Bruce Leroy. You Eddie Arcadian.
No one messes with it. Okay, yeah, no one.
Bruce Leroy. That was funny as shit. All right, so did you want to share your screen?
Oh yeah.
Look at all those tabs.
Oh shit.
There it is. Oh, porn. No, just kidding.
I made sure to close those.
Now, why is it the Ghetto Dragon? I'm new to the stream, so I got to know, why is it the Ghetto Dragon?
You will have to read and find out why it's called the Ghetto Dragon.
Other than like location, what was the character's last name?
Geta.
Geta.
Okay.
Geta.
All right. That's okay.
Do you
I
have
accept
control
that.
of the screen, or you don't?
Huh? It's up. You run the
I
screen,
mean, he can
man.
kill if he wants to, but
All right. Well, it's
There you
here's the
go.
cover for
You got to move
the,
it. Yeah,
first-
I don't get to. All I get to do is add it to the stream or not. You
I see, okay,
you get to move it around. Yeah.
So yeah, here's the cover drawn by Rick Alves. I believe that's his last name. He did a pretty good job. What I decided to do when I first started producing this book was it was gonna be in chapters. It was gonna be short 8-page stories, and I was gonna release them online.
you guys got to learn how to get hype. Look at this beautiful goddamn cover, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at this shit. Look at this fucking awesome cover right here. Tells you everything.
Right.
I mean, shows you everything.
He
tells you
didn't do
nothing.
a pretty good job. He did a fucking fantastic job.
Church, let him talk.
He just wasn't hype enough. He's hyping his own book. He's got to do it better.
You know what, Church? I'm gonna hire you
All
for
right,
my hype man.
that's
How
that's
about that?
Church's way. That's Church's way of inviting you onto his show Saturday night to hype your book.
You know what?
Sunday.
Can I
Sunday
go on
night.
your show? Can I go
Oh,
on your
Sunday
show?
night now.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll hit
Yeah,
you
it's
up.
the biggest problem on Saturday.
What's that?
It's the biggest problem in
Which-
Multiverse, where we discuss all the problems with and about comic books.
Yeah,
You
and
caught
Church
me in.
always gets it wrong.
I don't.
he's
You
gonna
don't
pay-
somebody has
understand
to.
what the real problem.
Church is trying to become the biggest problem in the multiverse. Just so you know. All right.
Alright,
so-
Goddamn right I am.
Agent of Chaos, right?
Got a long way to go then.
But yeah, here's a
Right, I got to get past Max Versaggio.
All right, let him talk, Church. Let him talk. Don't make me mute you.
Yeah, so here's the first few pages. No Good Deed. Artist is Alan Fletcher. Like I said, he's from Britain. Talented dude. Met him on Instagram. Actually, he posted an ad looking for work, and I hit him up. And he's a big Bruce Lee fan, so he jumped on board to work on the book. And I think the first few chapters were a bit rough because he was new. He was still kind of getting in the groove of sequential art. So it took a while for him to get accustomed to what I was looking for, but eventually I think he caught on as as time went on and we kept producing more and more pages.
Does he do his own colors?
No, the colors are done by Guadalupe Bustamante from Argentina.
Okay.
Very, very talented artist herself and very good person all around. Very cool, very nice, very sweet. But
Sounds like you're
she
describing
did
a
the
hot chick.
colors.
Just so you know.
Are you is?
I don't know. I never seen pictures of her, so I can't say.
Sure. That's where I start. You got the pictures, honey.
You guys.
That's a weird way to.
Let me get up on
to,
that
get an artist,
Instagram.
right?
So yeah,
Like, oh, I found you on your
specifically-
Instagram.
I specifically asked them not to send me pics. Like, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
care what
that-
you look like, brother. As long as you can draw, we're good.
So here's the end of the first chapter, which is only about 6 pages long, and then we get to the second chapter. So it's going to be a chapter by chapter. So every new chapter is going to be a cover, and then the continuation of the story. So this cover
Excellent.
was drawn by
Yeah, I like that.
a friend of mine, actually, Julius Saito. He drew this cover for me, and I thought it came out really fucking dope.
Mhm.
This is the villain. This is the protagonist of the story, and he gets introduced in this chapter where our
You said he's the
hero-
villain,
He's the villain, yeah. This guy's the protagonist.
and he's so you have your villain is the protagonist,
No, antagonist. I meant to say antagonist.
antagonist. Okay, I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
my-
I was like,
my-
wow,
my
that's
wires
different.
crossed there. And so yeah, in this chapter, our hero Matt gives the report to the cops, and then the older sister of the young girl he saved comes and sees him and thanks him for saving his sister, and then they start a little romance here, a little clue here, a little preview to what's to come later in the story. And then here's our villain, peeing on the caged man who did him dirty. And here he kind of gives a rundown as to how this guy was able to make a fool of his gang. And so he tells the guy, you better make an example out of him. And so he goes, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And they set him up. And they try to do a number on him, but it turns out that our hero is a badass motherfucker, and he ends up kicking everyone's asses in this chapter.
As he should.
In this chapter.
Yeah, as he should in this chapter. And so he does it, and it's all on video here. And then our leader's like, crap, this guy's actually pretty tough. And so he decides, you know what? I'm going to give you this last warning. Make sure you go after his family. And here's his face, is where I reveal his face. And they go after his family. And they attack his younger brother here. They attack his younger sister here. They attack his father right here with a sock full of rocks. And then they attack his mom, throw a brick through the window, hits her face. And then that's what starts the story essentially starts from there. And here's Matt, apologizing to his family about exercising his will to protect himself, essentially. And so he decides to go after the gang in secret. And wears disguise, goes out the window, runs across,
Is his disguise of sunglasses and a mustache?
for that same.
It worked in all the 80s movies.
Yeah, he's Superman, essentially. Just a different version.
With a mustache.
Come
I'm
on.
gonna put on a mustache.
It's a classic costume right there. I'm totally digging this.
And
Right on my alley.
I gotta have that porn mustache too. I gotta put it in there. And he finds a spot, the secret hideout spot that they have having the party here, and he starts his journey to find out what this gang is all about and see if he could do some damage. So that's the first 15 pages. No, I believe it's 20 pages. I believe it's 20 pages, 24 pages of the book.
Fantastic. All right, so everybody, let's get this link here into the chat arena so you guys can go and get on this mailing list. Get your asses on this mailing list.
Damn right.
So that when the book launches
you
next month.
You kicked out church?
No, he must have kicked himself out. Church, you kick yourself out?
Nah, I had to swap CPU.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh man, that's cold.
No, I
Drew
don't
loves
kick
me.
church out. I just mute him.
That's right. Yeah, he loves me. He loves me.
And if I get sick of him, I'll step out. I'll leave him.
That's right. He'll leave his own show and leave me here talking to myself. He's done it before.
I have.
That's why we're not talking about the debates tonight.
Yeah, please come no.
Yeah, no.
That's why I come on the show because I wanted to avoid the debates, and I'm gonna check out the highlights later.
Yeah, I happen to be recording the debates so I can watch them after the fact, so I can sit there and laugh, because that's going to be some funny shit. I'm just saying the debates are going to be hilarious. Yeah, I mean, the debates with Hillary Clinton were funny. Those were funny. I had like I've never been to a debate, like I never watched a debate where I got belly laughs over and over. Like maybe one belly laugh, if that, right? I got so many belly laughs, like in all their debates. You know, like when Trump was following Hillary around, all like you know, creepy fucking sicko dude. You know, I was all like, "Oh my god, that's so funny!" You know what I mean? So I can't wait to watch this debate. I hope it is just as entertaining. I feel as though it won't be, because it's just going to be two old white guys fucking being two old white guys. You know what I mean? But I'm hoping for some fucking bang zooms. You know what I mean?
I'm hoping for some WWE shit. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, that would be cool. You know, Trump waddles over to Joe, and Joe's all like creaks and just kind of does a little elbow plant with a creak. You know what I mean?
And the moderator's like, "Oh my god, hit him with the elbow."
And then Joe realizes all he's got to do is mess up Trump's hair, and then Trump runs off like a scared little girl. You know what I mean? It's gonna be great.
Yeah, but Trump would poop his pants before he ever dropped the first elbow. That was the thing.
Oh, Trump wears Depends. He'll be
fine. Biden would poop his pants.
Trump wears Depends. He'll be fine.
Cocaine.
Trump wears Depends. He'll be fine.
He's already taken that first cocaine shit. He's just got the sniff. That's his main problem.
I didn't know that Trump did cocaine.
Oh yeah.
I thought if he did cocaine, he would. If he did cocaine, he'd be more entertaining. I think he's too high on his own farts. I think what he's high on.
Obviously, you didn't watch the beginning of the debates before you got invited onto this show.
No, I haven't. He does take Adderall though. I think, which is basically.
Not saying he's on some kind of speed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he has a deviated septum from at least where he did cocaine in his early youth.
Well, he's a big liar, so he can't believe him. But he does claim that he has never fucking done drugs and doesn't drink and all that kind of stuff.
I believe
he's a big liar. So
I believe he's never drank simply because the kind of personality that he is, he'd never stop drinking.
Maybe, possibly.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because he's also made things where he's like drunk wine, because he had like the Trump wine, and he talked about like. So I'm like. You know what I mean? Like, but he's a liar. Like he's like you don't like from one thing to the next, like without reason, like it could be a lie. He could be like, "Oh yeah, that was blue. It was great, and it was red."
Yeah, I mean, look, we still don't have a goddamn wall. He's definitely a liar.
Isn't Mexico paying for that wall? What?
No, we're now breaking down moss to dip in gold and make Israel pay for all.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. He brought about world peace. That's right. I forgot.
Right. He united North and South Korea, so he got a blank check.
Right. Exactly. Right. Good. You know, it will be interesting to see what happens. If he wins the election, I'll be a fucking. But no, this is not a political show.
Why do all these shows always end up turning political or something?
Because fucking church jumps on and can't stop talking politics.
Sometimes church ain't there neither. Brian, it's with Brian. I'm starting to, the one factor that doesn't
Brian's
change.
fault.
Looks like we were wrong about Brian.
Yeah, right. We all thought it was Brian. No, I think we're discovering that it's actually true.
Thank you, Tim. You're my new favorite. I'm going to follow you twice. I'm going to follow you on both my soccer accounts.
Always bring up politics.
Thank you, church.
Just because I don't shut it down doesn't make it my fault. He knows I'm not the instigator. I just mentioned the debates and Drew. Went into a fucking tirade. I wasn't even listening.
I didn't go into a tirade. I was talking about how I hope they're going to be funny. What tirade is saying
they are funny so far, but not for the reason that most would think.
From the Ghetto Dragon, now we go to the fully armored hero, Ace.
Yeah, let's go check out
so
this
make
next
sure
campaign.
to sign up for that pre-launch for the Ghetto Dragon, so that way
Yeah.
we can fund the
Line up.
wall.
How
Yeah,
long is the
definitely,
book,
definitely.
contemplated to be so far?
What was that?
How big of a book are you planning on making out of the Ghetto Dragon?
The book one is going to be about 60 pages, and then book two will be
Okay.
about the same, 60 pages.
A
So a total of 120.
sturdy square bound?
What's that?
Square bound or
sturdy square
saddle
bound?
stitch?
No, with 60 pages, it has to be perfect bound. It will have to be.
I think it's
Yeah.
going to have to be perfect bound.
I mean, tell Ethan Van Sciver that, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
Ethan, his was 40 something pages when he did that. So
No,
it
dude.
was no, it wasn't. It was
It was
60
80.
something.
Oh,
It was
seriously?
80 something
was
with all
80.
the bonus pages, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so was that stitched or was that stapled or how did he do that?
No,
No,
it
he
was,
s- he-
it
no, he
was
said that
ready
they
for
only-
stock
they-
and it had an industrial staple.
And it's
I will
because
give
it's
it-
because and it was
You're
because he
talking-
had the
chromium cover.
the chromium covers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, and I say that only because Dynamite can't do a square bound with their equipment.
Huh.
And it's been confirmed, I believe, that Blood Honey was done, Blood Honey, the first book, was done through Dynamite, fulfilled.
That is the rumor that Dan hooked him up on that. So
Yeah.
So then Ace.
Yeah, the ironclad hero.
Are
Yeah,
you
let's,
there? Are you there?
let's say
From
two
space.
hours.
Elevator pitch. Come on, let's hear it.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Ace talks too much already, so.
No, shut up. Let him
That's
talk.
I'm gonna mute
I love
myself
this
on
train
that.
wreck. I absolutely love this train wreck. YouTube. It makes for a great entertainment when you watch it back.
Absolutely.
So yes, the Ace is the story of a young man looking for purpose who discovers the remains of a shooting star that changes life forever, granting him the ability to transform into an armored hero of immense power, and sending him on various adventures throughout the universe. That's the main pitch.
Sweet. You don't have a video. Why not?
Red's working on it right now.
Oh, Red Gaze.
And
Okay.
and Red's the one that didn't mind, so you know it's gonna be fucking sweet.
I actually have a preview I can share.
Oh,
It's not that
go for it,
long.
man.
It's like a
Let's see
minute.
it. Do it,
Send me a
do it.
link. Unless you got it ready.
Yep, I got it. Should be coming up. Share screen.
He was born ready, dog.
don't
Trying.
forget the audio box, bro.
I know.
He was
I
born. He
always
was
do.
born a ready dog. Is what you're trying to tell me? You're trying to tell me he was born a ready dog?
That's correct.
Like-
Yes, Ready Dog was his birth name.
Yep. Oh, let's go.
So here we go.
Now, I'm assuming that's the internet making it do that.
Yep.
Okay.
I just can't get Shark Week out of my head after that last villain.
Smile, motherfucker. Shark Barney.
So yeah, that's a bit of a work in progress still. Finishing up the final.
Have you gone woke with that Queen Shark we just saw?
Fucking leave it to church to ask those kind of questions. Gone woke.
That's right.
Joke, by the way. No, I'm just interested in the shark character, and I want to know more about it.
He wants to know more.
Oh
He's got
yeah,
the
his
list
name's
already.
Akula.
His
Yeah,
name.
man,
See
he
his
should,
name.
you know?
So
Yes, his
so
name is
you
Akula.
can drop your Ichthyo
Look, we can make those assumptions in 2020, Drew. Calm down. His name is Queen Shark.
I mean, you can feel free to try your hand at a female counterpart, but you know.
Is it ichthyo homo or is it homo ichthyo?
I mean, it depends on whether you like it or not.
I'm just wondering if you're gay for fish, you know what I mean? What do you call it?
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, back to the story.
I know you get furry, you get scaly, gets it slimy.
Yeah.
No. When it's a fish, you call it scaly because you scale.
No. If it's fish is ichthyo. If you're into fish, you're ichthyosexual. Okay.
Yeah, but when it's furry, them I believe it's scaly because
male
they have
fish
scales.
and you're a male. If you're
Yeah,
if it's male fish and you're male, is it homo ichthyosexual or is it ichthyo?
Are you speaking from experience, Drew? Do you
No,
have
I'm
something
asking.
to tell us?
I think he is.
Bust your costume out.
I'm asking you if I figured you would know.
No, I think that fish fall into the same category as lizards because they have scales and they already fall.
Yeah,
into
I'm
scales.
asking what about your fetish, man? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, that's just feet.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
not ichthyo homo for you then.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
No. It's footius homo. It's
Okay, it's
feet.
footius homo. So you like men's feet. I gotcha.
Yeah,
All right,
correct.
Ace.
All right, Drew, we're gonna have to talk next time. I don't like sharing my my stream with foot fetish weirdos. You know, they're
No, that's just what
I
I'm
don't
here.
discriminate, and I don't discriminate against a lot of people, but foot weirdos are not people I hang out with. So.
I'm not
It's
people.
okay, we don't have to hang out, but you still can come on my show and pitch your book. I won't talk about feet there.
All right.
until you're like locked in. Then he'll
Yes.
then he'll like
That's literally-
they'll ask you to share your camera with your feet with your shoes and
The
socks
foot thing
off.
is literally a joke. Feet are disgusting. I'm an ass man. Calm down.
Feet are disgusting.
They are.
How do we digress every time?
I don't know.
Okay.
You always end up doing it.
Oh,
I'm
you're
pretty
blaming
sure.
me just because I'm the host.
you know who to
It's
blame.
my fault.
You are the host.
All right, Ace. Please continue with your story.
So yes, the character's name is Akula. He's a bounty hunter from space. He's gonna be the name nemesis for the Ace in the first issue. And
You're gonna get his hit for the Addams Family
Family.
song, Church. You're gonna get his hit for that, buddy.
What was that?
Church. We can hear the
You're
Addams
gonna get
Family
us
theme
right,
song. Yeah.
I'm muted. I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead, Ace.
Yep. So Akula's gonna be the Ace's main nemesis in the first issue. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm working with Ibai Canales on the main story. He's did an unbelievable job. I'm very happy working with him. He's already signed on for volume 2. God willing, we do well in book 1. I have a backup story by the great Sweens from Oddity. I have a cover by Donald DeLay, which is awesome. Can't wait to show that off. Yeah, and if you want the mailing list right now, I'm trying to drive up the signups. So I'm offering an exclusive trading card by the great Archsider. I'm gonna share that on my screen right now. The colored version. Have the black and white on the campaign, so this is gonna be the finished colors.
You said you shared it. Where's your? There we go.
Let me try it again.
Wait.
Give me 1 second. No, it's just loading slowly on my end.
Okay.
It should be. Yeah, the StreamYard's been real buggy, so. There you go.
All right,
So
the
that's
link
gonna
is
be
in the
the-
chat for this project. So go ahead and click to get onto that mailing list.
Yeah, so those are the full colors. Our slider did a great job with this. We're working on the final design with Sim to kind of get the.
Is Archsider doing the colors? Archsider?
No, this is his piece right here. This is
Okay.
he did all of it, so he absolutely killed it. Was very happy with it. Yeah, so we have a lot of. I mean, there's so much artists and so many different things I'm working on right now. It's kind of hard to decide what to talk about and what not to talk about. But I've just added a new artist to the team, which I'm going to talk about. Let's reveal it here, since I want to give you some exclusives. A little thank you for having me on. I've added the How Comics to the team, so he's going to be doing a little 4-page origin story
Clayton Barton.
for one of the main characters. No,
You're
it's
about Clayton?
Ellen Alonso.
Oh, okay. So not how to draw comics, so how another different guy. I gotcha.
How Comics, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's on the Lost Pages. So he's doing a story for Phil there. He's a very talented artist. So I've been working really hard trying to get this book ready. I've been spending 15 months on it so far. Working behind the scenes and really trying to make sure that everything it's where I want it to be. I worked with Steve Dye initially as my editor. He helped me kind of set up he helped get like the story into like a comic book kind of format, be able to break it down panel wise, because that was like that's a first time guy. I wanted somebody who had experience with it. So he did a great job with that. He kind of had to do Vestige and other projects. So he kind of helped me with the initial kind of setup. So shout out to him. So I've just been working really hard trying to get this first volume. This is a floppy. It's meant to be like a first kind of introductory issue for more stories down the line. Like I said, God willing. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And right now, I'm looking to launch it the last week of January. We're trying to get the whole thing fully finished. The only thing I want to do once we get to like late January is be able to talk to somebody about setting up the print file and then ordering the books. So everything's on track right now. Hopefully, knock on wood. We'll continue. We'll get it right, and then we'll be ready to launch. So yeah, this is also like a fun story. Anybody who kind of wants to know more about the story, basically, this is like a little throwback to a lot of the early '90s comics that I grew up on, or kind of the side books that a lot of people didn't really, they may not know about, but they're kind of what got me into comics to really fall in love with them. As much as I love X-Men and Spider-Man, there's books like Darkhawk, Sleepwalker, Death's Head, those kind of weird, funky books that Marvel used to do that just really kind of captivated my imagination. So this is kind of my take on it.
I get
A young guy.
It's crazy. I get the feeling of like what is it? Omega Red meets fucking Omega Red meets fucking the Mandalorian kind of feel.
Yeah, there's all sorts of like all this kind of inspiration, weird books that a lot of people maybe haven't even picked up, but back if you're going around that time,
I'm just saying if he takes that helmet
like a
off,
really strong cult following.
If he takes that helmet off, has long blonde hair and a fucking ponytail on top of his head, I'm gonna know where you got the inspiration. Just saying.
That's not it.
Hey, brother, you never know what the surprises lie in the future volume. Speaking of what I tried to do with this, I try to tell like the main story is gonna be basically that first issue, that introduction. It's gonna have some action, and then I'm really interested in like the backup story, like I call it an epilogue by Sweens, because it's kind of like a little mystery piece. It's kind of like we're introducing like a little bit kind of like Lost, except hopefully we'll have an actual payoff on like Lost.
Right on.
You're multiplying, brother.
Am I?
That's
Did
his
I get in
Jam.
there? Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I bumped the keyboard and it threw me in.
That's what happened.
I keep two computers running so that I don't lock one down with video and live stream at the same time. So
yeah, I always have my phone in my hand and my Chromebook whenever I'm streaming. So it's always
well. It is. I've discovered like when we first started doing streams, when I tried to watch a video while I was streaming, it would bog it down, right? So what I did is I brought my laptop in as a second computer into the stream, and I just don't bring it into the show, except unless I want to show my cat cam, which obviously is what I use. And then, but when I want to launch videos and that kind of stuff, they go a lot smoother. They play without issue that way. You know what I mean? Versus having to share a screen on the same computer. For me,
it's a good
on my
idea.
system and my network, it works better that way. I don't know if it works that way for everybody, but for me, it works way better that way. So, all right.
Ace,
So make sure you get
Ace,
on that freaking mailing list. Yeah.
Hey, Ace, do you have a Twitter account or like a Facebook?
Yep.
Or anything we can follow you on?
Edwin Aces on Twitter. You can find me.
What
You'll
was
see
it
the
called?
little like Edwin
What was your-
Aces.
Here,
EDWIN.
I'll put
ACES.
everybody's link in there. Let's see, so everybody can follow everybody into the. Oh, maybe I won't because that computer just ran out of battery power. I'll do it over here. I usually have my computer plugged in, but I have my plug on the other room because I've been writing. I don't like to write at my desk because this is where I do my programming and my computer design work. I do lettering here. It's like it's for some reason if I sit here, it draws the creativity out of me. Like it's used for other things. Cause I got so much. This is like where I work. So like all my responsible shit happens here. You know what I mean? So like I take my computer up and I'll sit on the couch and I'll have something on the TV that I'm not listening to while I'm writing. But now I will copy and paste in there. Let's see here. This is Edwin's in the chat. Edwin Aces for those who don't bother to read the link. And then let's see.
Wait, are we clicking on something?
What? And then here is for Julius. And for those of you guys who are looking for Michael for Elysian Fields, come on. Nothing worse when a computer just like stops cooperating. I hate that.
I felt like that all week with our StreamYards. It's been driving me nuts. I guess that's.
Yeah. I'll even put churches in there, even though he doesn't have anything. He's probably cussing me out right now, but he's muted, so we can't hear him.
I'm only muted because I choose to be. I unmute.
There we go. You guys already know Sims, and you know mine, so I'm not going to have to share those. Wait. What's in the private chat? Somebody chatted something in the private chat. Let me in. Bangs on door. Oh, it's Church from before.
Yeah. that's why I thought you kicked him out because I saw that message.
I didn't have to kick the door in, which is lucky for you guys.
I give Church a lot of shit though. It's kind of like what we do. So
right, it's the only reason I show up.
That's not
Tell me to say I'm masochist.
I thought you showed up for the clout. You
know. From Drew.
All right. Anything else you want to tell us, Ace?
I think that covers it for now. But yeah, guys.
I think they're all still awestruck by that.
Yeah. I just want to thank everybody who has signed up so far. Really, very much appreciated.
Come on, guys. Find your tongues.
Let them talk.
Okay, Ace, keep going.
Yeah, so no, just thank you everybody for signing up. So
I can't hear.
Appreciate
Ace.
If you haven't signed up, please keep. Can you hear me?
Am I the only one that
can
can't
hear you.
hear Ace?
Just hear you.
All right.
We all hear
ignore,
him.
Just ignore Church. Just ignore Church, Ace. Keep going.
I'm sorry, I can't hear him.
He dropped out.
Yeah, but he says he can't hear him.
I didn't kick him out. Don't worry.
Yeah, like I said, it's probably just StreamYard acting bug. It's been crazy.
It probably is.
It's been really bad the last couple of weeks. But yeah, thank you everybody for signing up. If you haven't, please consider doing so. You will get a very badass trading card for backing. So yeah, sign up for the Ace.
Sweet. Excellent. Excellent. And then Julius, you want to say something?
Yeah, hopefully you guys back the Ghetto Dragon, and it's been a 10-year journey for me. I've been trying to get this damn book off the ground, and actually the same thing that you, Drew, have been trying to do. You know, I did the same thing. I went to comic book stores. I talked to comic book store owners and picked their brains, and every time I got close to getting something almost done, it just fell apart. Be it the artist leaving because of a life situation, or whatever the case, it just never happened up until now. Now that we have the crowdfunding campaign, platform, now essentially there's no excuse for indie creators to not do something with their shit. Where
Yeah.
before it was, you need investors, you need people to to put some money up front so that way you can get your books done. But now we have this crowdfunding campaign, so now it's a good time for any creator to make their books. And also, follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna go into depth as to the different variations, because the Ghetto Dragon has gone through 3 artists, I want to say, in the 10-year span that I've been trying to get it off the ground. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
create
I've
videos
gone through a
exploring-
handful of artists. I understand that one. So
Yeah, it's so you understand the pain of the indie writer, because artists, it's a little easier for artists. They just have to keep doing and keep drawing, and eventually, with time and hours of practice, you'll get there. Eventually.
well, it's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
easy. It's really easy.
it's the difference is if you hire an artist and they decide to bail, they get paid
Right, exactly.
and you get fucked.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
yeah. So
Feel your
How do they get
that's-
paid if they leave without before doing all the job? You leave your deposit.
It's
No.
per page.
If you pay like most people, you pay per page and you pay when the page is done. You know what I mean? And if they finish one page at a time, you pay them one page at a time. If they don't finish the project and they fucking burn you, then they fucking burn you. And
But
stuck-
so,
it's
no,
stuck for
but
like
you're
half
still
a
you're,
book.
st- you're still allowed to use the art, and then
unless the
But
art
not a
is
complete book.
unless you're allowed to use the art, unless you need to finish the book with a different artist. And like my first artist, I finished half the book and he had a drug problem and was never going to get it done. I had to change artists.
Man,
And my
that
second
sucks.
artist just took my deposit, and I was like, okay, well, I'm never doing another deposit again because I got 2 artists that fucked me taking the money up front. So then I got a third artist who fucking drew the second half of the book. It looked nothing like the first half of the book. So I had to have him draw the first half of the book. So I ended up paying for the first half of the book twice. It is not fun. It is not fun.
Wow.
Doing this stuff to bring it to you guys is a challenge. It is fucking difficult. And
Oh, yeah,
and a lot of
definitely.
people don't appreciate that. And they really don't. I mean, if they did, our campaigns would be a lot fucking higher. Let me just tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
no, to me, it's just
Shut
an
up! You
idea-
draw.
it-
You draw your
It's
own
an
books.
idea of education.
You don't count. You draw your own
people
book.
Need,
You draw your own book. You don't count.
people
we
need
don't get
to
to
know
pay
the
ourselves.
process. People
Create
need to
your
know the
own comic
process and the
industry.
price.
No,
Church
Sim,
did.
Sim, you're absolutely like, I agree with you. Like, it does take time. It's a skill. You have to practice. You have to sit down and do it. I just don't have the time to do it. That's the problem. So I decided to just focus on writing and paying out, because that was the easier road for me than sitting down and actually practicing for hours at a time to draw panels and to figure out camera angles and camera shots. I mean, I like to draw. I do draw some, but it's not to the level of like, to where I would like it to be, because I know
Writing is hard work
practice.
too. Just so Sim knows.
Yeah, it is. But
What
I
the
would
fuck did I
imagine-
just?
I'm giving you shit, Sim. I'm giving you shit.
I know why.
I don't know. Just because it's the end of the show. And Church inspired me to be a shit giver because he showed up.
I mean, my point is, I think most of the fans need to just know more about the behind the scene of what comes behind the production of a book. Yeah, the work that a writer can put in, writers, artists, colorists. That's why I'm happy that Scottman's starting doing all those stream every Sunday, where it's a bunch of colorists right there. You get to know the work, the way their thought process behind it. It's the same thing that I like to do with the Doodle and Chill and other people with drawing streams. You like to talk shop, Yes, we can do a quick doodle in like 15, 20 minutes. That's not what you want in a freaking comic book page,
Right. Yeah.
right? There's an entire process behind it.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
So-
You're at $4,000.
Yes,
Oh,
I
nice.
am.
Oh, that's your book. All
That's
right.
awesome.
Cool. That is awesome.
Yeah, man. It's great.
Congratulations.
I'm at
Got him.
136%. Yep, pretty goddamn happy about it.
Nice.
68 backers. Just one missing to have that magical number 69. Hey, it would
man.
fit with the $69 tier, right?
Am I getting closer to that first stretch goal?
Yep. At 5K, I unlocked the first 3 stickers by 6 a.m. That's going to be the 3 boys. Then when we reach the 10K, I unlock the 3 girls and a print by me. Then when we reach the 15K, I unlock the Simon Bisley print and the Joe Ball print. And then when we reach 20, I unlock a Tales from the Nadverse swimsuit special. Ashcan. So yeah, if you go into the updates there, you can see the Simon Bisley piece and the Joe Ball. Drew.
YouTube.
Oh, you're asking me to go into the updates and show that?
Yeah,
Okay.
go into the updates. If you want, I can open them right here. Would be faster.
Faster than that.
There you go. You have the Bisley here. It's an ink wash, and that's a mixed media by Joe Ball. So as you can see, it's
Joe
weird.
Ball
There's no
joined a
line.
sexy Michael Beacon. You know, the real inspiration behind that. So
Yep.
if you're a fan of the Ginger Menace, known as Michael Beacon, you know,
And here you
sign
have a
that.
glimpse of the 6 stickers by 6 a.m.
Yeah, those are killer, man.
So just to be clear, the $69 tier, it's for 2. So you get 2 books, 2 sexy prints, and it's $69. And that would usually cost you $90 to get all of this. So you get a really good discount. For $55, you get Tales from the Nadverse and Blood Hunt, the first printing, plus the sexy print. But you can pretty much grab anything in there and add some at the add-on part. You can add a Blood Hunt, you can add an extra copy of Tales from the Nadverse and the sexy prints. And that's another thing that's fun when I think it's the 15K one. We also add 2 sexy prints. So instead of having 2 sexy prints, you turn out with 4. And you know, the more I get money after the 20K, I add more people because I have guest artists joining in like Canales, Anthony, and Carla so far. And after that, I have Joe Ball. I have a whole bunch of people that's going to be in there. So the more I
Yeah,
make,
man.
the more I get
How
people.
sexy are these prints? That's what I want to know.
The what?
How sexy are these prints?
They're freaking sexy. Did you see the prints that come with Blood Hunt? They're in a nice cardstock with a really nice printing, ink on it, shiny. That pretty.
I might have seen those. Yes.
And the only difference is the Joe Ball one will be in color. Cause I'm waiting for the original right now.
That son of a bitch, Joe Ball. I don't know how you can stand them, Sim.
So you guys need to go and get yourself a copy of Tales from the Natverse. And who's the first backer on this campaign, Sim?
The Ace.
Ace was the first backer?
No, I think that was you.
I think it was me too.
So yeah, guys, go check out the most badass intergalactic man of action and friends.
All right, and then after you
Are you gonna run the trailer? Come on, run the trailer.
Dude, you know what's gonna happen, right? It's gonna fucking vlog it. It's gonna lock down. But I'm gonna try.
Don't worry, I'll check out the trailer
Much-
if it bogs down on my own. Check it out.
Let's do this. Okay. Working.
Told you.
Yeah.
Tales from the Natverse.
Let's do this.
This ongoing
Stop it.
anthology collection of stories introducing characters within the Natverse.
It's fucking frustrating, dude.
Kill it!
is.
Come on, guys. Dun, dun, dun. Let's all
Go
sing
back
along.
it. Come on, you know you want to know what's happening in there. It's an anthology
Go
of
back
5
it.
short story
And then-
setting up the universe and for the series called Not the Merc.
Look, back it, refund it, and then back it at a higher tier.
And then when you're done backing it, go back this.
Yep, Captain Love to the rescue.
Captain
purpose.
Love to the rescue.
Come on, Drew. Show you can actually sing. That it's not just like
What?
No, it's computer filter. Come on, sing it. Come on, prove it.
You gotta get him,
Captain
Drew.
Love to the rescue.
I'm
Got
not
love
convinced.
to the rescue.
Okay. You got it.
Hold on, keep going. Keep going.
If you feel like the universe is caving in and you need love to the rescue. Bags.
They're jacked up, man.
So okay, go back it just because you just did that. You come on.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
And Captain Love has everything you need in a sci-fi fucking badass adventure series. It has male protagonist, hot chick.
college age threesome.
See, he's trying to steal my badass now.
He's trying to derail my conversation here. So if you do not have any Captain Love in your life, you can get Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Volume 1 here. It's the first featured tier. It has been fairly popular. I mean, 10 have gone. You know what I mean? It's going, and I actually didn't have it there when I launched. I brought it up later, and people have been taking it because they don't have any Captain Love and they can get it all. If you want immediate gratification, though, there is both Volume 1 and Chapter 1 are in demand right now on their own campaigns. If you go to Indiegogo, search Captain Love, you will be able to find those books that will ship immediately. Or you can buy them all together here and save yourself a few bucks. So, and then here's just Chapter 2. You got Chapter 2 signed. You got Chapter 2 and Chapter 1 and signed. You got this beautiful cover artwork by Henry Ponciato. You got the gorgeous interiors by Andrea Bormida. You got these T-shirts as options. The exclusive NET Volume 1 variant from the Chapter 1 campaign is available, but we only have only 100 of these books were printed, only 100, which makes them extremely exclusive. And we'll not be printing any more of this cover on a book again, ever. So there are 8 left on this campaign, and you may not get another chance. So if you want the most exclusive of the exclusive books with the Vinny T cover, you're going to want to get this while supplies last. We have new T-shirts. We have posters. We have all kinds of gorgeous yummies. We even have a custom poster pack so you can pick which posters you want. It's just here. We got all 6 posters. You can get all the posters and shirts. You can get everything the campaign has to offer. And then here's the posters. There's the Vinny T, which is also the same as the variant cover. There's the Andrea Bormida poster. There is the Henry Ponciato Captain Love and Jean poster. Here's the Henry Ponciato Jean poster. The Peter Gilmore from Venus with Love poster. The Pat Maxton, a.k.a. Doodlebags Captain Love poster. And then here's a peek at the T-shirts. It's all fun, beautiful, dandy, handy, sandy. I don't know. What do you want to say? It's
Dandy,
fucking great book. You want to get your
Mandy.
shit down in this. Yeah. Whatever you want to rhyme is fine. I just buy the book, damn it.
Yeah, man.
And I would like to
this.
play. I would like to play the trailer for you. I really would, but it would be bogged
go.
down.
Oh.
It would be bogged down. It would suck.
Can you
And
sing
so
it to us?
I can.
Can you do it? Can you do it in
We'll
interpretive?
do a little background music, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna try. Let's see what happens. It's gonna bog down like Sims.
Go put on some
Already
gray
starting to bog
sweatpants
down,
and just
see?
do an interpretive dance.
Yeah, see? I hate that. Hate that.
Yeah.
But we do have this.
Fucking cheater.
Hi, my name is Drewish, and I'm the author of the Captain Love series. I want to tell you all about the second book, Rise of the Pirate King. Yeah, that's a thing. And in this book, you're gonna get everything that you would expect from Captain Love. Yeah, you bet. And I'm blessed enough to be able to use an amazing creative team. If you know what I mean, it feels like the universe is caving in and you need love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. And you love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. All right now. Now, Captain Love is a space trucker and a former war hero. There is even a legend that he may be immortal. He's accompanied by Spade, who's a living AI. Yes, I said immortal. As in, he cannot die. And it feels like the universe is caving in and love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. And love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. Oh yeah. In this book, you'll get space pirates, sexy girls and science monks. There'll be bar fights, space battles, and a lot of awesome junk. There's nudity and violence and swearing within, so this book is mature. That means it's not made for children. And you feel like the universe is giving in. There'll be love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. There'll be love to the rescue. Captain 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 Love to the rescue.
So it's that I don't know if StreamYard fucks that up on the playback or not, but it does go kind of wonky here through the StreamYard.
It was pretty clear on my end. Bravo.
So excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very, very proud of the Captain Love property. And
before we get off on comic books, I just want to make a statement. I want to let everybody know, even though it's not October yet, you should be able at your local grocery to acquire Halloween-themed cereals such as Count Chocula, Boo Berry, and Frankenberry. And if you haven't already, you should do so, because we all need a taste of that nostalgia. Go ahead, Drew. I'm sorry.
where the fuck did that come from, Church?
No, I'm
General Mills fucking pitching you. It's like I didn't know you worked for General Mills and shit. Dude.
I don't know, and I just got
The preceding announcement has been brought to you by
they're
the
missing out.
Cereal Cabal.
Brought to you by fucking Lucky Charms and shit.
Now, if I was going to be bought off by any cereal, it would be Captain Crunch. Fuck you.
Hey man, Captain Crunch cuts up the roof of your mouth. I'll never eat that shit again.
Are you talking shit about Captain Crunch?
Yes. I
Are
will
you
talk
talking
all
shit
this
about
shit on
Captain Crunch right now?
I will talk all this shit on Captain Crunch.
All that we've been through, and this is how you're going to destroy our friendship.
All right, with that laughter, let's call it a night, everybody. thank you for coming to the show. Hey,
Thanks for
we
having me
want to.
on.
Yeah, we want to make sure that you guys check out the books. Make sure you back everything. Elysian Fields, Nap the Merc, obviously Captain Love. Sign up for the Ace and sign up for Ghetto Dragon. These are all going to be some great things. You're going to want these things in your life. Trust me.
Also,
I
check out youtube.com/the Gospel of Comics.
oh yeah, you know
I don't have a
I'll
book
give
to
them.
push.
Who's that guy?
I'll give them a link.
Yeah, I've never heard of that person.
Who's that guy?
Oh,
He's
he
the
just
drunk.
talks shit on the internet and drinks too much.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay, and what's the show's about?
Oh, we talk about
Alright,
comic
man.
books usually.
Subscribe. I subscribe to your channel.
See, that's your first mistake. Nobody watches anything about comic books.
I know, but you know,
Only
people-
the drama behind comic books, man. That's
Look, you
what's
got to be like the hard line. We talk about food. We talk about memes. Talk about
I mean,
hot
we do
babes.
that too. But the general
You know?
consensus is we're trying to talk about comic books. We just drink
nah.
too much and can't stay on topic.
Comic books are
Or
dead,
you're-
brother.
Or your guests get pissed and leave.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't want those guests anyway. Fuck those guests. Unless they're watching. I love you if you're watching. But if you're not, fuck you.
See, what you really want is to hate watchers.
What are you doing? Get us out of here.
I don't know. You should be with that attitude. You should be making mainstream comics. That's all I'm saying.
Why are you recording me? This is harassment.
Leave harassment alone.
Look, she has a nice harassment. What do you want from me?
Just keep your hands off harassment.
I can't. I have to watch videos for that.
All right. That's great. You know, I always wondered why the word her and ass was in the word harassment, but you know, I shouldn't have
Because you
wondered
can't
why.
put them together.
Okay.
Otherwise.
Because you harass her ass.
Because you're harass,
Huh?
ass in titties, ass in titties, ass and broadcast ends.